Our first case this month is one of those bewildering crimes where it's hard to see a motive. It's difficult to imagine why anyone would want to cause the tragedy they did. As you watch our reconstruction, is there someone you can help eliminate? And is there anyone you suspect could be involved? It took place in Suffolk 4 months ago. At the age of 21, Karen Hales had been a mother for 18 months. She lived all her life in Ipswich in Suffolk, worked part-time in Boots, but she spent every hour she could with Emily.
Karen was a very caring mother. She was very bubbly, real outgoing girl, full of confidence and devoted to Emily and her mother. Wasn't she, Jerry?
Yes, she was. She's very special to all of us. A lovely daughter and my best friend. She's very caring, too caring. Thought of other people more than she did herself.
I met Karen at school. One day she came up to me and asked me out very openly. That made me feel good. That's the sort of person she is, to sort of come up to you and sort of speak her mind. We went out with each other for 6 years. We were very happy together in them years. When she got pregnant, we were very happy. So we went and bought a house.
They bought a starter home in Ipswich in Lavenham Road and had lived there for a couple of years. On Saturday, the 20th of November, Peter had gone out with workmates. Karen was too frightened to call out.
Peter?
Sorry, were you asleep?
Oh, no. No, how did it go?
Oh, all right, we just went up the Swan. Everything right here?
Well, no, I had a bit of a fright. I was sitting in the living room and I thought I heard a noise. So I went to the front door and somebody was trying to...
Although their house hadn't been targeted up to now, there had been a spate of break-ins in the area.
Well, no, they weren't there for very long.
It's probably only kids anyway.
Yeah.
The next day was Sunday, the 21st of November.
Karen, where are my socks?
They're in the second drawer. Right, come on then. Put that down. Go and say so long to Daddy then. There we go.
All right, love, see you later.
All right. Oh, wait.
Oh, I've still got time to take you over to your mum's if you want to go.
No, it's all right. Me and Emma are going to clean, aren't we?
Oh, all right, then. I'll see you later. Bye-bye, Emily.
Peter was on a late shift and had to go to work at 4 o'clock that afternoon.
Bye-bye to Daddy then. What are you doing there, eh? What are you doing? Oh, Ta? Ta? Oh, are you eating bread? I have some, and I have some.
Near Ipswich town centre is the bus garage where Peter works. At 4:15 or so, Karen's parents called to see him.
Is that you, Peter?
Oh, all right. How are you doing?
All right. Wondered if you could have a look at the car. Starter motor's playing up again.
Ah, no problem.
Peter, you got a spanner?
No, Nigel's got it.
Hey, is Karen at home?
Yeah, I asked if she wanted to come over to you, but she said she'd rather stay at home and get some housework done.
Oh, well, we'll pop round and see her in a minute.
Two locals were taking a shortcut into Lavenham Road, near Karen and Peter's house.
We saw a man. I was going to ask the time, but I didn't get a chance because he was walking so fast. All I remember about him was he was wearing a parka with grey fur around the hood.
The man walked out onto the main London road, where a couple were driving home.
She looked better, but she still looks tired. What on earth is he doing?
We noticed a chap barely agitated in the central reservation. As we got closer to him, I thought he's going to make a dash for it, and sure enough, right at the last minute, he did.
I thought he's suicidal. He was wearing a dark parka coat with a grey trim. He appeared to be slim build, dark short hair, around about 20, 25.
About now, the two boys were passing Karen's home.
We were walking across the green when I looked over at a house. Is that smoke over there?
That's just condensation.
A local resident was in Chantry Park, about 400 yards away.
Hello, Whiskey. Come on then. There's a good boy.
I decided to take the dog for a walk and had just left the car park and noticed a person moving in the distance. I noticed him because he was running bent over. And then he hesitated and stopped and stared. And I just felt that he was acting strangely and thought he'd been up to no good. I suppose he was aged about 20 to 30 years old, and he was wearing a blue-grey parka coat with a hood.
About the same time, Karen's parents reached Lavenham Road.
Karen? Karen? It's funny, it's open.
Karen was discovered by her father. She'd been stabbed several times, and her body had been set alight. Her daughter Emily was in the same room, but had not been injured.
If there's any mum out there that is hiding anything, they just want to imagine what it's like. Every morning, Emily cries for Mummy. During the day, she's asking where Mummy is. Peter and I do the best we can, and Graham, but we don't take the place of Mummy.
John Saunders, why? I mean, what's your guess? Why did it happen?
We don't really know what the motive was in this case. As you can see, Karen was a loving, caring person with no enemies at all. What we do know is that items were stolen from the house, so we cannot rule out the possibility that it was a burglary.
This is an identical purse to the one that was stolen. Now, this is a fairly common sort of purse. Lots of these around in Britain, so please don't ring us just because you've seen one. But we are interested, presumably, if you've seen one thrown away around the Ipswich area.
Yes, certainly anything of that nature that's been discarded since November, we would be extremely interested in, or whether anyone's been in possession of that.
And a couple of knives as well. Again, there are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of these in the UK, so don't just ring us about these. They're laser knives. It's just if you've seen them thrown away in a bin or under a hedge or something like that in a way that could be connected to this. You want more witnesses in Lavenham Road, I gather, still, despite all your extensive inquiries?
Yes, we've traced over 1,000 people in connection with the inquiry, but we still have people unidentified that we can't put names to.
This guy wearing the parka, just go into his description a bit more for us.
Yes, he's described by various witnesses, and it may be that there's more than one person wearing a parka, but it's a parka with a fur hood. He's aged between 20 and 30, about 5 feet 10 tall, slim build, with thin, dark hair, which is cut fairly short.
And whoever killed Karen would have been presumably heavily bloodstained?
Yes, I'm certain that that's the case, that clothing would have been heavily bloodstained, and I would appeal for anyone who knows of somebody who was bloodstained on that day or who's discarded their normal clothing to contact us.
Sunday the 21st of November. There's a reward, as though that was necessary in a case as really despicable as this. If you can help anyway, the number here in the studio is 0500 600 600. Or you can ring the Instant Room at Suffolk Police Headquarters. That's 0473 613 577. There it is, 0473 613 577.